Tonight is the Baba Sali's Yahrzeit, so I'm going to dedicate this class, Be'ezras Hashem, in memory of the great Baba Sali of Israel's Abu Chazira, Big Sadiq, and his merit should protect all of us in Klal Yisrael around the world. And today's topic is duties of the heart, Chovat Levavot, where we're talking about the Shar Bitachon, the gate of trust, and we're on the topic of reward in the next world. Reward in the next world, we have to trust Hashem. Not only in this world, we trust Hashem that He's going to pay us back. Hashem will pay us back. And it's interesting because sometimes we say, where's the reward? Because in this world, they see the wicked are prospering and the righteous are suffering. And a person says, Hashem, where's the reward? So we have to trust Hashem. Part of the trust in Hashem is also regarding that Hashem will pay a person back. Hashem, it's one of the 13 principles of faith. Hashem rewards the righteous and will punish the wicked. So it's one of the 30 principles of faith. We have perfect faith that Hashem's world is equitable, Hashem's world is justice, and Hashem's world, you'll see eventually everything will right itself. The good will get rewarded, the evil will get punished. And one of the things we have to believe in Hashem, this is one of the things we have to believe in Hashem. So especially when we see things the opposite happening. In this world we see the opposite. The righteous suffer and the wicked prosper. So a person says, hey, Hashem, what's going on? So the answer is you have to have bitachon. If it was so easy and you see it so obviously, you wouldn't have to have bitachon, you wouldn't have to have trust in God. The fact that it's not so easy, it's not so obvious, that's where the bitachon comes in. It's when things are not so obvious. That's when bitachon comes in. And therefore, a person's got to trust in Hashem that a person will get their reward and everyone will get the reward due to them. Everyone will get the reward due to them. And sometimes a person gets all the good reward in this world. Now we have a general rule, it's interesting, Gemara. Gemara says, Schar mitzvah b'hai al malika. There is no reward for a mitzvah in this world. What do you mean? He just said, Sefer here, Chovat Levavot, he says, a person can get all their reward in this world. How do you understand? The Gemara says, there's no reward for a mitzvah in this world. So number one is, Rav Dessler says a beautiful idea. This is Rav Dessler in Strive for Truth, in Michtav Eliyahu. And I was very lucky because I studied with 3 students of Rav Dessler. I had three rabbis who were both students of Rav Dessler. I studied with Rav Aryeh Carmel, who wrote the book Aryeh Carmel Challenge, and he also translated Rav Dessler's works into English. I studied a little bit with Rav Sassoon, Solomon Sassoon, who was his private student, and also I had a mashkiach in Netivot, in Yeshivat Negev, Rav Friedman, very famous, and the old students of Rav Dessler. So Rav Dessler was a great man. I gave a series of classes on Michtav Eliyahu. Many years ago, we had a whole series of classes. You may find some tapes on the website, the shul website. Anyway, so one of the questions he asked is this question: Schar mitzvah b'hai al malika. There's no reward for a mitzvah in this world. Why not? He says a brilliant answer. He said because the reward for a mitzvah cannot fit in this world. The reward for one mitzvah is so great, it cannot fit into this world. So what does that mean? That means that spiritually it's such a vast thing. If a person does a mitzvah, you don't really appreciate how much it's worth. I just heard the other day about the 4 big angels, right? What are the 4 major angels? Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, and Uriel. 3 major angels. It says these major angels would come down into this world and become human just for the mitzvah of tefillin. If they could come down just for the mitzvah of tefillin, because they see what the mitzvah of tefillin does in the world above. We can't see it. We don't see what's going on in the world above. The mitzvah of tefillin is so great that the angels will be willing to come down as human beings, just to come down to be human beings, just to wear tefillin. A woman lights Shabbat candles. The angels would like to come down, just be that woman just for a day. Imagine, the great angels, why? They have no free choice. They're robots. They don't get reward, they don't get punished. They're just close to Hashem, but they're robots. We can get reward because of our free choice. We're lucky in a way, we're lucky and unlucky. We're unlucky because we can't see what's going on. We don't see the world of truth. We're living in a world of sheker, world of falsehood. So what we see things which are upside down. They see the truth, and they know the value. So they want to come down here to do the mitzvah, and we want to go up there and do something else. Right?
Didn't you say there is the reward for doing mitzvot? Philosophically, is living a certain path, and that is a reward.
I don't know. There's a reward on top of that. You're right. As part of the reward is you're getting a satisfying life. But there's reward on top of that. We do believe there's reward stored for the tzaddikim in the world above. We believe that. However, so what is he saying over here? He's saying either a person earns all the reward in this world or the next world sometimes. Sometimes it's partial. How can you get reward in this world? We just said there's no reward for a mitzvah in this world. So the answer depends on your person's mindset. The person says, Hashem, I don't want the next world. Asaph, I live for the here and now. I want Hashem, I want all my reward in this world. Hashem says, okay, if that's what you want. You sure you want it? I'm sure 100%. Okay, that's what you want. You decide what your reward is. You get it over here. So what happens is, a person becomes a multi-billionaire. But you know what? What can a multi-billionaire do with his multi-billions? Not much. Why? How much can you eat every day? How many houses do you need to sleep in every day? How many cars can you drive every day? How many islands can you buy and live in? The guys don't really benefiting from his money. Why? Because he's limited. Physically, he's limited. He can only live in one room at a time. So if he has a house, 200 bedrooms, right? That means every day he's going to change into a different bedroom, right? 200 days. So he's not really living in the house all year round. He's living in different rooms, different days. He's not really having benefit, right, from the whole house. You can't benefit. If he has a yacht over here and a plane over there, he can't be in two places at one time. He can't benefit. He has 50 cars. What's he going to do with them? He can only drive one at a time. So we're limited in terms of the pleasure we can have in this world because our physical bodies are limited. But in the next world, apparently there's no limit. I don't know what that means. I've never been there, I can't tell you, but the soul apparently can sense things from far away. The soul is amazing, because the soul is linked to the infinite. The soul has capabilities that we don't have in this world. And in fact, the soul in this world is stuck in this body. It's like a prison, it's like a jail. You don't really realize the soul is stuck in this physical body, and it's like a jail, and that's why a child is born crying, but eventually the soul gets used to it. And that's the problem. When people get used to the soul, gets used to the body, the soul gets used to it. It's amazing how people get used to everything, right? Mm-hmm. You get people, they're in jail for 2-3 years, they get used to jail. Now they have a hard time adjusting outside. The same thing, the soul goes in the body, the soul's in jail, the soul gets used to the body, and then it's hard to come out. So either way we're crying. A person cries when they're born, and a person cries when they're... It's hard to get born, it's hard to get out. It's hard. So it's interesting because there's a concept that if a person wants their reward in this world, they get it. And that's why it's so dangerous. A person says, yeah, Hashem, I wanted my reward in this world. No. That's a famous story. We said the story many times, right? Of Hanina ben Dosa. Of Hanina ben Dosa, his wife says, Hanina, you're very successful for other people. What about for us? Pray to Hashem to give us some of our reward in this world. So okay, praise. And in the morning they get a gold leg of a table on the bed. Imagine, they wake up in the morning, hey, what's on the bed? It's a gold leg of a table. And the wife is so happy, Hanina, you did it, you're fantastic, you're amazing. And she says, but where did it come from, Hanina? It's a leg of a table. Whose table is it from? She said, it's from our table in the world to come. Our table? Oh, that's nice. How many legs on our table in the world to come? 4. Well, we have 1 now, so there's only 3 legs on the table. How can our table in the world to come, how's it going to stand now? Hanina, send it back. Second, it took me ages to get here. You send it back now, I can't. You think it's so easy to send back a leg to the guy. He said, no, Hanina, I don't want it. Go send it back. So he said, first let me go and ask the rabbi. So he goes to Rabbi Nasi. Tell me, he says, this is the case. My wife says, send it back. What do I do? Rabbi Nasi says, if anything's missing from your table, I'll make it up for you. My table. He tells his wife says, no, I don't want from anyone else. Hanina, you send it back right now. He said he had to pray harder to send it back than get it. Because Hashem wants to give and Hashem doesn't want to take. So he had to pray really hard and eventually went back up. But what we see over there is, and that's what the Gemara's bottom line over there is, Lo kulam zochim l'shnei shulchanot. Not everyone has 2 tables. Some people enjoy this world and enjoy next world. You don't know. But what's very dangerous is to pray for one's reward in this world. Right? Why? Because then it becomes a physical reward, it becomes a limited reward. How long can a person live? Imagine their reward is all eaten up in a few years, 50 years. Instead of having a reward for infinite amount of time, infinity, which is immortality, which is the soul, they bring it down and they waste it in this world. So it's a very interesting concept. So that's what he's saying. He said, sometimes a person earns a reward, give it entirely in this world, or entirely in the next world. Right, Hanina ben Dosa, he was poor in this world. He got his whole reward in the next world. Some people they're wicked, but they're prospering over here. They're getting all the reward in this world, like Asaph. Interesting. You look at Esav. Esav never bothered us. He never wanted Israel. You know why Esav didn't want Israel? Think about it. Because he knew whoever gets Israel will have the curse of Avraham Avinu.
What was the curse?
Hashem says, how do I know my descendants will inherit the land? There'll be strangers in a foreign land, and there'll be slaves for 400 years. Esav says, I don't need that. I don't want the land. I don't want the 400 years of slavery. Amazing. Why? I want to prosper in this world. I want to enjoy in this world. This is the world of enjoyment. It's not the world.
Reward in this world.
Yeah, I want my reward in this world. Esav, Asui, he wants it right here now. I want my reward right here. Right? What's it called today? The immediate gratification. Instant gratification. Immediate gratification. I want it here and I want it now. I want it now. I want the reward now. I want the enjoyment now. I don't want to wait for the enjoyment. I want it now. So that is a very important idea. The idea that a person can decide where they want their reward. Hashem says, where do you want it? In other words, what's important to us? The person says, Hashem, this world is more important to me right now. I just want it right now. Just give it to me now. You want it all now? Yeah, I want it all now. Okay.
Does that mean there's always reward?
There's always reward. Everyone has some good
Even
deeds.
if you're wicked, there's reward.
There's not, don't say you, but yes, there is a reward. Why? Because there's not even a wicked person that doesn't do one mitzvah. And where do we see this? What do we eat on Rosh Hashanah? Pomegranates. Why do we have pomegranates? Because Reish Lakish says, based on a pasuk in Shir Hashirim, Kapelach harimon rakatech. What's a kapelach harimon? Like a flake of pomegranate, are rakatech. What's rakatech? He says, Al tikra rakatech el rekanin shebech. The empty ones among you are like pomegranates. Even the Jew who is missing everything is full of mitzvot like a pomegranate. Everyone has pomegranate. Everyone has mitzvot. It's impossible not to do mitzvot. There's so many mitzvot. Did you rob the bank today? No. You did mitzvah. The mitzvah? You didn't steal. You murdered anyone today? No. Baruch Hashem, you did a mitzvah. I just have in mind, you did a mitzvah today by not stealing, by not. All these are mitzvot. So it's impossible for a person not to do mitzvot. It's so hard not to do mitzvot. It's so easy to do mitzvot. So a person gets reward for sure. We all get reward. So the question is, where does that reward come? And the answer is, it will come. It depends on what you want. Hashem rewards a person according to how they think. You wanted this world, you get this world. The person puts the emphasis in this world, he says, I want. The person says, you know what? I'm living for the next world, that's it. But a person has to have the bitachon that the reward will come. Part of the bitachon is, a person should never give up and say, you know what? I trust in Hashem, Hashem will pay me back one day, Hashem, the reward will come. And that's interesting, this concept that bitachon even applies to the future world. A person has to have bitachon. The Rambam says an amazing idea. He said, a person creates their own olam haba. What does that mean? He says, if you believe in it, you'll get it. You don't believe in it, you don't get it. Think about that. In other words, a person says, I don't believe in olam haba. Hashem says, you don't believe in it? There is no olam haba for you. Wow. Think about that. That's crazy. Think about it. A person can destroy their own olam haba by thinking there's no olam haba. A person thinks there's olam haba. I believe in olam haba. In fact, one of the principles of belief, we believe in resurrection. A person says, I don't believe in resurrection. You don't believe in resurrection? There's no resurrection for you. We create our reality in the future by our bitachon. Our belief system creates worlds. I believe there's going to be a world after this. Hashem says, you created your world. That's it. You made it. I believe there's going to be resurrection. You're going to get resurrection. You don't believe in it? That belief is what's going to get you back. It's the belief. It's the mitzvah belief that, there's one interesting idea, the idea of teshuvah on Rosh Hashanah. What's the most effective way to get mercy on Rosh Hashanah? Is to believe in God's mercy. You believe Hashem's mercy? Hashem says, I have mercy on you. David Amer says, Haboteach ba'Hashem chesed avenu. Pasuk Tilim. Person, you trust in God, you're surrounded with kindness. So we have to, it's so hard to trust, 100% trust. What has to trust? And you know what? The older you get, you have a track record with Hashem. Think in my life, I got a track record. Hashem never let me down once. In my life, I've never been let down once. I said, Hashem, look, you never let me down once. You're not going to start now, right? I trust in you. A person raised by a parent, the way a parent behaves. Parents always been a very good parent, always bring a very track record. So a person who's older and has a track record with Hashem, you got a track record. A person younger, starting the relationship, may not have a track record. That's why Avraham Avinu, the first Lech Lecha was so hard. But he already had a track record. He was already in the fiery furnace, and he already had track record with Hashem. Once you have a track record, it's much harder not to have bitachon. Now you have a track record. Hashem helped me so many places, so of course I have bitachon. Bezrat Hashem. Yeah.
I thought the most effective way was to forgive others.
Yeah, okay. That's one way. But another way is, there's different ways. But one of the most effective ways is just having trust in Hashem. And the Rabbi guarantees you're surrounded with kindness. Surrounded with kindness. You're right. Kol ha'mochel, mochelim lo. Whoever forgives others, Hashem forgives them. You're right. But if you want chesed, you want additional benefit with no chesed, means I didn't do it to deserve. I didn't deserve anything. I don't even deserve it. Chesed. The person trusts in God, they get chesed. For no, what for? What did I do? I didn't do anything. You had bitachon. The person had bitachon, it's amazing. It can attract kindness around the person. Amazing. A field of kindness. So although this concept has not been fully explained, he says, the idea of reward and punishment, Hashem has promised His people reward for their observance. And we know this in the Shema, right? The Shema says, it's really a very physical kind of reward. I'll give grass in your field for your cattle, and you'll eat and be satisfied. It's a very beautiful bracha. The Rambam explains, this bracha is not the end bracha, it's the mechanism by which you could get more mitzvot. Because Hashem says, you do a mitzvah, I'll give you the wherewithal to do more mitzvah. I'll give you food, I'll give you cattle food, I'll make you satisfied, and this way you can do more mitzvah. And then the final reward is, the Torah doesn't really talk about the final reward. It doesn't really talk about the final reward. It doesn't talk about Olam Haba, and that's the question is why not? And we discussed it. How come the Torah does not go into the great details of paradise and Olam Haba? And we have many different reasons, and one of the reasons given over here is no one ever saw it. And we don't have even a grasp of what to talk about. So that's why this concept has not been fully explained to us. Hashem has promised His people reward. He did not specify the reward in this world for fulfilling positive commandments, unlike the transgressions. Transgressions, already the Torah says, punishments for transgressing negatives. But positives doesn't really say. You keep your positives, doesn't really say so transgressions are in big detail. There are several reasons why the Prophet Moshe told us nothing about reward and punishment in the world to come. Here. Firstly, because we know nothing about the nature of the soul without the body. How are you going to understand the world to come if you have no concept of a soul? What is a soul? What pleases a soul? What distresses a soul? How am I going to understand? This is what's your reward in the next world. How do I understand what the reward the soul wants, and what the soul needs, and what the soul gets? We don't know what soul is. So Hashem did explain the concept of reward of the world to come to people who would understand that reward. For example, He said to Yoshua the Kohen Gadol, Prophet Zechariah, we read this in one of the Haftarot, I'll permit you to move around among the angels who stand here. That's one of the rewards, is you'll be able to move around among the angels. That's amazing. This surely does not refer to life in this world. How can you walk around among the angels when you're in this world? Rather, it alludes to the afterlife where the soul is free of the body and takes on the form of an angel, once it is purified and radiant as a result of good deeds it performed in this world. So very, very fascinating that how does the soul is angel-like in the next world. What does that mean, angel-like? Has no body. That's what it means, angel-like. No body. So that's the first reason why there's no mention of reward and punishment in the next world. Why? Because we have no grasp. What is a soul? What is the reward for a soul? What is the punishment for a soul? We have no concept. Another reason why there's no mention in the Torah about reward and punishment in the world to come is that concept of reward and punishment in the world to come was revealed to the common people by the Nevi'im. And the rabbis were able to come to this understanding through their own logical reasoning. It was not mentioned in the Torah. It was oral law. It's oral tradition. Reward in the next world is oral tradition because only people who can understand it can explain it to other people. If the Torah writes it down, no one's going to understand it. So the people who can understand it are the ones who got the oral tradition, and they're the ones who will pass it down. Also, the Torah did not mention reward in the world to come because the common people were ignorant. As you can see in the Torah itself, the people who got the Torah were ignorant. How do you know? They worshipped a golden calf, they craved for meat, they complained about the manna, they rebelled against Moshe, they sent the spies, right? So Hashem is like a father who loves a child. The child is still a small child. The kid's small. The kid just came out of Mitzrayim. The kid is still a rebel. The kid is not appreciative of spirituality. What am I going to tell him about the world to come? He's not on that level to talk about the world to come. You don't tell a little kid about the world to come. Right? Unless they're bright kids. Today, the kids are pretty bright. So Israel was still young when they came out of Mitzrayim, and Hashem went easy with them. Hashem didn't overload their circuits with talking about next world. If a father wants to teach his young and immature son knowledge for esoteric concepts, he would not tempt him by saying, if you just bear the hard work and the tough studies, you'll reach the highest level of learning. The kid doesn't care about the highest level of learning. He doesn't know what highest level of learning is. You tell the kid, you work hard, and I'll give you a candy. The kid says, oh, that I can grasp. So Hashem did the same thing. You work hard, you get grass, animals. What do these people want? They have lots of animals, they want grass for the animals. They want to eat and drink and be satisfied. That's what they want. That's what Hashem says. So instant gratification. I'm not going to give you highfalutin promises that you can't understand right now. I'm going to tell you immediate gratification in the language that you can understand. And then when the kid grows up, you can start increasing the kinds of knowledge and increasing the kinds of presents that you'll give the person. Right? That's what the Rambam says also in terms of raising children. First you promise small things, and when the kid grows up, you raise the expectation a little bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more, and more. So he's big, and then he can understand that he should do it just for the wisdom he's getting. The highest level is to know you're doing it for the sake of the wisdom you're getting. So when a person grows up, he says, listen, all those motivations that they were given when I was a kid, they're worthless. Borrow candy. What's borrow candy? I don't want to borrow candy anymore. But that's Hashem, listen, first step by step. The step-by-step approach, the Bnei Yisrael, when they came out of Mitzrayim, when they got the Torah, were not on the level to get this high idea of Olam Haba. Hashem didn't talk about Olam Haba. So Hashem promised his people immediate reward or punishment. And eventually they'll get to a higher level, in which case the prophets can teach them about Olam Haba. Another reason. This is fascinating. There's reasons why. Because it's one of the biggest questions on the Torah is, look, all the other religions, Christianity, Islam, all go into great detail about paradise. Where's Judaism? Great paradise. There's an amazing book. It's called Shomer Emunim. Written by Rabbi Aaron Ratau. You heard of him? Okay. Told Aaron. So, amazing book. He brings all the sources about heaven and hell. All the sources you could ever It's a big book like that. It's pretty scary.
Is it advisable?
Huh?
Advisable?
You can't, it's all Hebrew. It's in Hebrew. He quotes the Zohar, he quotes many sources. It's interesting. Put it that way. It's interesting. The ones about heaven is beautiful. The ones about hell is very scary. But it's a very interesting sefer. Why not? A person's on to that level, and it's really good for a person Yirat Shamayim. Thinking about, thinking about the future and planning for the future. This way a person has a grasp of what's going to happen. That's how I survived college, learning that sefer. It's scary. Yeah, we used to do it every day, a little bit of the sefer every day. Rabbi in England, we used to do a little bit. It's a really good musar. It's very, very good musar. Maybe that's a good book to do. No, it's very okay. So another reason, he says, is that a person cannot. Look at this. This is amazing. Think about this now. This is really shocked me when I read this. This is really a big chidush over here. Another reason why reward in the world to come is not mentioned is that a person cannot earn reward in the world to come solely by their deeds. We cannot just get to Olam Haba just through our deeds. We must add one of two things. Number one is to teach other people as well. So a person needs good deeds as well as to teach other people. So the person has kids, so they're teaching their kids. It's part of it. They have siblings, so they're teaching their siblings, so they're teaching other people. It helps them to get to Olam Haba. It's not just the good deeds, also how they're spreading the message of God in the world. It's very, very critical. It's based on the Pasuk in Daniel, chapter 12. Those who teach righteousness to the multitudes will shine like the stars forever and ever. Wow, that's very powerful. You teach Torah to the multitudes, righteousness to the multitudes will shine like stars in heaven. Wow, that's amazing. And in Mishlei, Shlomo Melech says, the reprovers should be pleasant, and a good blessing will come upon them. People who guide other people morally will good merits. So the merits you have earned for making others righteous, combined with the merits of your own righteousness, faith, and acceptance in your lot, you will deserve a reward in the world to come in the eyes of the Creator. So this is amazing. So a person has good deeds, it's not enough. A person needs good deeds plus helping others, spreading the word to others, teaching others. Number two. And this is even amazing. This is even better. Why? You don't have to do anything. What do you have to do? Secondly, a person who receives a reward in the world to come as a favor and an unearned gracious gift from Hashem. Hashem likes someone, you got him, boy. It's amazing. Chen. V'noach matzah chen b'nei Hashem. Noah found chen in the eyes of Hashem. What did he get? What did he do to deserve it? It doesn't say a thing about what he did to deserve it. We have to go and dig into what he do. But some people get chen in the eyes of God, and you're guaranteed eternal life. Person finds favor in the eyes of God. So the question is now. So that's a very important idea, and one of the ways to get favor is by thinking, I don't deserve. I just need your favor, Hashem. I need it. Pray always for Hashem's chen. Person should find chen in the eyes of God and man. It's a beautiful bracha. My mother-in-law always blesses us. That's the pasuk. The person should find chen and sechel tov, and a good mind in the eyes of God and man. Interesting. So, the reason that Hashem bestows His benefits only out of His infinite kindness. Now, why can't I get into Olam Haba through my own deeds? And the answer he says over here is an amazing answer. This is really a big chidush, is that even if our deeds were 100% perfect, we could never repay Hashem for whatever He did for us. We'd still be in the debit column. So now we have to go to Olam Haba. What do you do to get into Olam Haba? I can barely pay you for what you gave me. We can never make it out of the debit column when it comes to Hashem. Even if a person's good deeds were as numerous as the sand of the sea, it would still not match a single one of God's great kindnesses for him in this world. We don't appreciate how much God's kindness is. Just being alive. People don't appreciate being alive. Unfortunately, it's tragic today in America. People don't appreciate being alive. There's no value for life. There's no value for life. They're ready to kill other people, be killed, suicide. It's crazy. It's crazy. A person has to appreciate being alive. Every second of life is worth millions of dollars. You don't really have to appreciate it. You won the lottery. Every second we're winning the lottery. So think about it. Even if we had as many good deeds as the multitudes of the sea, the sand of the sea, it wouldn't even make up for one kindness of Hashem. It's hard to imagine, right? The fact that the person breathing, right? It's a kindness. The person can go to the bathroom, functioning. Kindness of Hashem. All this chasdei Hashem. All this chasdei Hashem. How much more so a person transgresses? They're going more into the debit column. If the Creator kept an account of the gratitude owed to Him for His kindness, your good deeds will be offset and cancelled by the smallest favor God did for you. Wow. Think about this. All our good deeds are worth not 1% of God's kindnesses to us. So now, what merit do we have to get to Olam Haba? Thus, any reward the Creator bestows upon us for our deeds is a gracious gift from Hashem. Any reward is a gracious gift. Think about that. We don't deserve it. It's a gracious gift. Punishment, on the other hand, is based on truth and justice. There is therefore a debt each person must pay, but God's kindness hovers over us and protects us in both worlds. So that's an interesting concept. The concept that it's impossible to get into Olam Haba without chesed, without chen, without grace, and without kindness. Person gets into Olam Haba, 1 second, we didn't even pay God back for the kindness He did for us. How are we going to get into Olam Haba? The answer is through, not because we deserve it. Hashem wants to give. Hashem is giving. You tried. Okay, listen, no one can get it. You tried, I'm going to give it to you as a free gift. That's right. This is an interesting concept. I've never seen this anywhere else. This is one of the only places I've seen this concept of that a person from their own merits cannot get into Olam Haba. He says two things. The first case was your merits and if you teach others. That's the first case scenario. The second case scenario is your merits are not enough. You need God's kindness and chen and grace to get into Olam Haba. So how do you get God's kindness and grace? And the answer is by believing. I trust in you to give me Olam Haba. I trust in you, Hashem. You're good. Surround me with kindness. Surround me with kindness. There's another concept of why reward and punishment is not in the next world is not mentioned in the Torah. There are two kinds of good deeds. Hidden ones, which only Hashem knows about. These are good deeds in our mind, right? Fear of God, love of God, awe of Hashem, all these thoughts in one's mind. And then there's other mitzvot which are not hidden. Tefillin, mezuzot, sukkah, matzah, mezuzah, lighting Shabbat candles, all these are revealed. So some mitzvot are hidden, some mitzvot are revealed. So hidden mitzvot, it's very hard to judge. Hashem repays visible good deeds with rewards that are visible in this world. Wow. And He repays the hidden good deeds with a reward which is hidden in the next world. So what's more powerful, the thoughts in our minds or the actions of our hands? It's the actions of our hands which are visible, which pays back in this world, the visible world. The thoughts in our head which are not visible, or the mitzvah which a person does in their mind. That person says Shema, they're just in the mitzvah in your mind. You're believing in the unity of God. There's no other God. And you're loving God. It's in your mind. All these three mitzvah you just did. Boom. The person gets rewarded in the next world. It's not visible mitzvah. It's an invisible mitzvah. Yeah.
What about mitzvot that you did, but you didn't tell anybody about it? You know, nobody sees.
Again, that's private. So it's private.
Also
Private mitzvot, again, private next world. We said last week, Rav Victor Miller says, always try and do one quiet mitzvah every day, where no one knows about. The truth is, what you're doing in your mind, no one knows about. But Hashem, I love you. Hashem, I fear you. Or, Hashem, I believe in your unity. No one else knows what's going on. No one knows. So these are hidden mitzvot where a person can do in public. You can do it in public. You can walk around. Imagine two people walking around or sitting in the same train. One guy's head is full of mitzvot, the other guy is full of garbage. So one guy's earning reward. Tick, 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 tick. His clock is tick. Imagine he's making reward every second. Or he's listening to the Torah. It's not just listening, it's got to think about it as well. It doesn't go in one ear. Sometimes we do, but it attracts a person's attention. It's very hard to focus today. You can listen to a tape in your car. Hopefully you're focusing on driving. So a lot of what's going on is if you're really focusing on the tape, you're going to miss your driving. I'll do both. And that's what David HaMelech says. Marav tuvcha shetzafanta lere'echa. How much goodness you stored for those who fear you. You've hidden away, he says, for those who fear you. What do you mean hidden away? Because if the mitzvah the person did was hidden mitzvah the person did, the reward is hidden away for him in the next world. That's an interesting concept. The same is true of punishment for visible or hidden transgressions. So if it's visible transgression, a person gets paid back invisibly. A person gets hidden transgression, a person gets paid back hidden. He did this because people at large can only judge only things that they can see, not things that are hidden. The hidden things are for Hashem, vaniglot lanu banenu, and things which are revealed are for us and for our children. However, acts of service to God and sins that are hidden inside a person's heart are repaid by Hashem in this world and the world to come. And since these acts are concealed, the Torah does not spread out their reward in the world to come. So that's another reason why the Torah does not talk about the world to come, because the world to come is for actions and thoughts which are not revealed. So actions and thoughts not real, no one knows what's going on, and therefore Hashem says, you know what, the next world is hidden, and the deeds and the actions of hidden actions will be paid back in that world. Okay. Another reason. Now this is amazing because he goes through all the reasons why there's no reward and punishment mentioned in this Torah. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu not talk about the world to come? He said he was addressing the Jewish people in this corporal world of the here and now. And therefore he referred to tangible reward in the material world. Whereas by contrast, in the Zechariah, Hashem is talking to Yeshua ben Yoatzadak, the Kohen Gadol, who dwelt in the world of the angels, who has already passed away. And therefore he talked about the spiritual world. Furthermore, the nature of reward of the world to come. Now we've got a little bit of what is the world to come. What is the reward of the next world to come? Consists of attachment to Hashem and drawing closer to His light. What does that mean? The closer we get to it is what we're doing right now. Sitting in the Beit Midrash. Ashrei Yoshvei Betecha. Praise that those who sit in your house. Od Yalu Chasera. They will praise you in the future as well. There's a linkage between sitting in God's house here and enjoying it. The person says, you know, I love shul. I love going to shul. You love going to shul, you're going to enjoy Olam Haba. Because it's many more times powerful than sitting in shul. If you love sitting in shul, you feel Hashem's presence, you're going to really enjoy Olam Haba. If you don't like going to shul, you don't like Hashem's presence, you're not going to like Olam Haba much. So for some people it's going to be heaven, some people it's going to be hell. As Rabbi Victor Miller says a beautiful idea, he says, what is the difference between heaven and hell? He says they're both the same. For example, he's sitting in the rabbi's class and the clock stopped. It's going on. Hey, on, on. Some people it's hell. Oh no, what's going on? The clock stopped. And for some people it's heaven. It's all quiet taste. He said the same thing on Alba. Some people it's going to be heaven. Same thing. Some people it's going to be heaven because they enjoy Hashem's presence, they enjoy the spirituality, they enjoy being there, and some people it's going to be real hell. That's one opinion. Okay. So the nature of reward to the world to come consists of attachment to Hashem. As David HaMelech says, what does David HaMelech say? Shifti bevet Hashem, kol yemei chayai. That's all I want. I want to dwell in your house all the days of my life. La'azor b'no Hashem. I want to see the glory of Hashem. Uvaker bechalo, and visit his house. Amazing. Can you imagine David HaMelech? That's all he yearned for all the time. Sama nafshi le'elakim le'elchai. I am thirsty, Hashem, for the living God. Right? Or as Shlomo Melech says in Shir Hashirim, he says, I'm thirsty like a hart for the water. Hart, H-A-R-T. For like a deer for water. I'm thirsty for you, Hashem, like a deer for, can you imagine? Couldn't even talk about that. Can you imagine? I'm thirsty for Hashem like a deer searches for water. It's hard. Amazing. A person really has that love for Hashem and yearning for Hashem. And then they really appreciate the world to come. Because that's what it is. Once a person who finds favor in the eyes of Hashem can attain this nearness and Hashem's favor in the basis of all reward. So in other words, Hashem says, you're looking for me, I'm looking for you. You want me, I want you. You don't want me, I don't want you. You have to want me, you have to desire me. It's like a parent, right? The child who appreciates his parent, the parent loves the child. You appreciate me, you want to help me, you want to serve me, you want to be close to me, I love you. But the child says, I don't be close to you, goodbye. Okay, parent says, you don't be close to me? I'm going to do. It's the same thing. That's really one of the keys. That's really a key. Hashem, a person says, I want to be close to you, Hashem. I want to be close. Look at David HaMelech. Amazing. Hashem, he pulled him closer. David HaMelech was worthy more than anyone else. He got the kingship forever. His descendants got the kingship forever because of David HaMelech. We're going to see this week on Shabbat, the temple doors open because of David HaMelech's merit. Imagine the doors were locked. They wouldn't open. David HaMelech's merit, the doors open. We say this every Shabbat. But we're David Avdecha, because of my father David. Shlomo Melech had to pray in his father's merit. The doors open. So we have to trust in Hashem. Hashem rewards the people in this world, the next world. He's going to punish those who don't deserve it in this world or the next world. And when a person trusts in Hashem, it's a big mitzvah. Just try. It's a mitzvah of the mind. That's why it's called. That's why it's part of the Levavot. A mitzvah of the mind is to trust in Hashem. When a person trusts in Hashem, it's considered righteousness. Considered. Where do we see this? Avraham Avinu, right? It says by Avraham Avinu, he trusted in Hashem. Hashem counted it as righteousness, right? Lulehe manti lirod betuv Hashem. Remember that song? Remember that song? Lirod betuv Hashem beretz hachayim. Had I not trusted, I would see the goodness of Hashem in the land of life. Tehillim 27. Our sages say the land of life is the world to come. David HaMelech says, I trust that I will get there. And you know what? And the trust itself gives a person the zechut, the merit to get there. Perep line, huh? Person believes and trusts Hashem. There is Olam Haba. I trust in you, Hashem. You're kind, your goodness. I trust in your mercy. Hashem, you trust in my mercy, you'll get mercy. You trust in my kindness, you'll get kindness. You trust in Olam Haba, I'll give you Olam Haba. You should not expect that as payment for your good deeds. You will merit reward of this world and the world to come. Instead, demonstrate your gratitude to Hashem for all He has done for you. Now, He tells us, even though you hope in the future, the main job of a person in this world is gratitude. The past. So we're always hoping for the future, but the vehicle to get to the future is thanking Hashem for the past. We are really, all of us are thank you machines. That's Jews, right? The word Jew is Yehudi. Yehudi comes from the word Yehuda. Where does Yehuda come from? Ata odeh Hashem. Now I will thank God. Leah says, why? I have more than my portion. She had four sons. Yehuda was number 4. Everyone knows Yaakov is going to have 12 tribes, 4 wives. How many each? 3. And she gets 4. He said, now, I really owe Hashem gratitude. Odeh Hashem. Now I'm going to thank Hashem. I got more than I deserve. I got more than my lot. She got way more than a lot. She got 6 in that. She got double. She said, now I'll, yeah. Well, now I will thank Hashem. She should have thanked Hashem before that, but no. At least now she thanks Hashem. Oh, there. But that's the Jew. The Jew. Our names are not Jews. Our names are Yehudim, which is thanks. Thank you. Hashem, thank you. So every time we eat something, you say thank you. Every time we wake up in the morning, say thank you. Yeah. Our job in this world is to thank Hashem. And the more you thank Hashem, the more you get. Triggers bracha. The Arizal says, every time you bless Hashem, you trigger bracha to yourself. You trigger the bracha. That's a switch, to switch on bracha. And the secret of a person's parnasah is where? In the Birkat Hamazon. To say Birkat Hamazon properly, each word for word, with the kavanah, secret of one's sustenance. It's very important. To slow down saying a bracha, it's so hard. It's such a yetzara. To slow down and say the bracha properly and slowly. Yes?
I thought the Parshat Haman was the key for
It's okay. It's okay.
not as good as Birkat Hamazon.
Birkat Hamazon from the Torah. Parshat Haman is it's not no mitzvah of the Torah to say it. There's no mitzvah. It's good. It's not even part of the tefillah. At one time it was part of the tefillah. Took it out. The rabbi took it out. But it's good. But the key, that's why the brachot are so important. Brachot. Time you eat something, you drink something, the bracha before, bracha after, morning brachot, the bracha, it's so important. These brachot are so important. They really trigger blessing into the world. They trigger blessing into the world. And just saying it properly. Baruch atah Hashem. Blessed are you, Hashem. The source, in other words, you, Hashem, are the source of all blessing. Hashem is the source of all blessing. And the person says Hashem, they're going to remember. Yud Kei Vav Kei Hayav Veviyeh and Adon HaKol. He's the master of everything. Melech HaOlam, the king of the universe, master of the universe. He can do everything he wants. He's all powerful. Elokeinu, what's Elokeinu? Baal HaYecholet. Shulchan Aruch says. You have to think. He can do whatever he wants. He's the boss. So we have to be grateful. Instead, he says, instead of worrying about the world to come, he says, be grateful. Demonstrate your gratitude for the Creator for all He has done for you now. Do not go hoping for a reward in the future. After doing your best to pay your debt of gratitude to Him, trust in God's kindness, He will pay you back. So there's two aspects. What do? Thank you. Past. And hope, trust in God that He'll pay us back. That's the secret. So two aspects, right? Thank you in the past. Mm-hmm. And don't worry about the future. Trust in God, the future will be good. If you do your bit in the past, Hashem will do his bit. And that's what the rabbis say. That's what Antigonus is Socho. Who is Antigonus ish Socho? Huh? He was the rabbi of Sadok and Bassous. Rabbi, the big Rashaim, these two guys. He was their rabbi. What did he say? Don't be like servants that serve the master for the sake of reward. Serve Hashem lishma. Don't serve God for the reward. They misunderstood him. They said, there's no reward. If there's no reward, we don't need this. Goodbye. See you. And they became apikosim. Sadok and Bassous. So Sadok started Sadukim, and Bassous started Baitusim. Terrible. So, but he's quoting. He's saying, listen, that's the pshat. The pshat is over here. Don't worry about the reward. The reward will come. You do your bit, serve God by giving gratitude, and eventually Hashem will look after you. No one will earn the reward of the world to come if a strict account was taken of a person that owes God for the favors he has done for him, like we said before. If Hashem wants to really be strict, Hashem will say, listen, you barely paid me back for the favors I did you. You want more? So don't even think about it. Well, let's try and pay God back for what He did for us already. Hashem will look after the rest. The reward is given only as an undeserved grace. Therefore, don't base your trust on reward for good deeds. The person says, Hashem, you have to help me because I did this and I did this. Hashem says, let's examine your deeds. IRS. Let's take an audit of your deeds. How do you do this deed? You do it nicely, with gusto. You did it with sadness. You did it with joy. What kind of deed do you do? Let's see. Let's see your motivation. So the person say, you know what, Hashem, don't test my deeds. Just give me kindness. That's all I want. Kindness. I just want kindness. Chasdei Hashem. I know people in Israel, all they say all day is Chasdei Hashem, Chasdei Hashem. Food is good. Chasdei Hashem. It's all God's kindness. I had a good day today. Chasdei Hashem, Chasdei Hashem. I'm well. Chasdei Hashem. It's all Chasdei Hashem. The truth is all Chasdei Hashem. Everything. Our lives are Chasdei Hashem. The fact that we're alive is Chasdei Hashem. It's Chesed. It's all kindness. The last of the 7 areas, talking about reward, in which one trust in Hashem, is trusting in the abundant outpouring of goodness Hashem shows to his chosen and the treasured ones of the world to come. We cannot imagine. No one has ever talked about Olam Haba. The rabbis talk about Tiyat HaMetim, talk about Yemot HaMashiach. Olam Haba, no one's ever seen Olam Haba. No one ever has been to Olam Haba. The way to trust God is only after immersing yourself in the way of life of the pious who are worthy of this divine grace. First, do the mitzvot, get into the habit of doing things which are good, and then you can trust in God. Olam Haba will come. One should live the life of an ascetic who abhors this world and exchanges his loves and desires for the love of Hashem. He surrenders himself completely to Hashem. This is a very, very high level. Seclude himself in the world, and society adopts the way of prophets and holy men. When you have done all this, you should have faith in Hashem. He will be gracious to you in the world to come. Amazing. But a person who trusts that God will grant him this bliss without deserving is a fool. He is called the one who does the acts like Zimri, who was killed by Pinchas. But wants the reward of Pinchas. He does bad things and he wants the reward of the good guy. No, it's not going to happen. Not so simple. First, the person got to get used to being righteous, and then they can start thinking Hashem will, not because I deserve it, because I trusted Him, Hashem will give me chesed. Okay, what is the sign? I just want to finish off. The sign of a person at this high spiritual level. How does a person know they're on high spiritual? Number one is the teaching good things to other people. How to serve Hashem. Number two, and this is a hard one, how to remain serene and placid in times of trial and tribulation. This is a really hard one. This is a very hard one. To be a stoic, in a sense. And we're going to see this at a very high level in terms of meditation as well, is to be a stoic, which means nothing flaps the person. The person becomes unflappable. It's so hard to be unflappable. Not to get excited, not to go up and down like yo-yo all the time. It's got to try and be even keel. Not let nothing should excite them. Why everything in God's hands? Why should I get excited like that? And a person should try to always be calm and serene. All the troubles and tribulations, calm. It's very hard, very, very hard. When it comes to fulfilling a mitzvah, nothing gets in that way. Wow, that's a real big tzaddik. That was Abraham Avinu, right? That's the reason why we do tashlich. Why do we do tashlich? One of the reasons we do tashlich, remember the Midrash. So the Rosh Hashanah, Abraham Avinu goes to the Akedah. What happens? The Satan comes like a river. And Abraham Avinu walks right through that river. Wow. Nothing stops it. He's willing to sacrifice his son. Nothing's going to stop it. Nothing can stop that man doing a mitzvah. The story of Hananiah, Mishael, Azariah, they're willing to throw themselves in the fiery furnace and not serve the idol. Nothing can stop them. That is a high level of tzidkut. Nothing will stop them. Not snow, not rain, not hail, not this. The guy will be there. Whatever it is. The man is there. He's going to be there. Good. Daniel in the lion's den. Nothing's going to stop him. He's going to pray to Hashem every day. Prays to Hashem in the attic window. He didn't even move from the attic window. I don't know why. Amazing. Daniel was so fearless. Can you imagine? They say whoever prays to their God is going to be killed, thrown in the lion's den. He's praying in the window. At least close the window. At least go pray behind the door. No, he's praying. He doesn't care. He's praying in the window. They're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. Wow. This is a high level of. If a person were given the choice of conversion or death, chooses to die in the service of God, or chooses to be poor in the service of God rather than be rich. There's once a guy in Brooklyn, he had sukkah decorations. You know what sukkah decorations was? His pink slips. Because every time he went for a job, and he said, I'm not working Shabbat, pink slip. And his sukkah decoration, he had so many pink slips, because every Friday he has to look for another job. He got bounced every Friday. He lost his job every Friday. Okay, tomorrow you're coming to work? No, I'm not coming to work. Goodbye, see you, here's a pink slip. That was his sukkah decorations. He said, one of the Rabbis went to his sukkah, he'd go every year, he said, this is the best decorations, every sukkah I've ever seen. Big medal of the honor this guy has. He lost his job looking for another job. We're so lucky today we could keep Shabbat. You look for another job every Friday. Horrible. So a person willing to suffer tribulations to serve Hashem, rather than enjoy a life of ease and disobey. That's the difference between Esav and Yaakov, right? Esav, give me the bowl of soup. Yaakov says, take the soup. I don't want the soup. I want the next world. I'm willing to give up, sacrifice. You pay your yeshiva tuition. Oh gosh, you know how much? Thousands, hundreds, thousands and thousands of dollars that is. You give up and you sacrifice for the next world. Think about how people have it easy today. The free education. Wow, it's such a yetzer hara for a Jew. Pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get it free. What are you getting? What are you thinking? Think about it. What are you getting? You're going to get Olam Haba. You're giving up your Olam Haba because your children are your destiny. Suppose invest in their children. So that's a beautiful idea. Let's just recap. So basically he's saying a big Kiddush over here. How does a person get Olam Haba? So number one is a person has to desire Olam Haba. I want to be close to Hashem. You don't be close to Hashem? Number two is a person got to believe in Olam Haba. Rambam said, if you don't believe in Olam Haba, there's no Olam Haba. Number three is, it's not enough to do mitzvot. A person has to actually help other people as well do mitzvot. If you can help other people by mizakeh other people. How do you mizakeh other people? I don't know how to teach people. What do I do? How do I mizakeh them? And the answer is, you help people who do teach other people. You get involved. You spread their tapes, right? You spread their CDs. You mizakeh other people by spreading books and spreading Torah in the world by helping other people. Or there's websites you can support, right? Who's spreading Torah in the world. Torah anytime. You can go. They gave us this camera to put it on the website, and they ask for donations. It's purely supported by donations. So a person can say, you know what, I want to help spread. Hidabrut, right? There's an organization spreading Torah in Israel, like amazing, 1 million people watching them every day, every week. Yeah. So a person can help. This way they mizaki other people. So plus, we said, the person has to know that it's mainly chen and chesed. We don't really deserve the reward in the Olam Haba. Hashem gives it to us. It's grace. And that's why it's better, the best thing to do is not to count one's mitzvot. Say, you know what, all the mitzvot I do can never help anyway. It's never going to be enough to repay Hashem for one act of kindness. Obviously, I've got to try my best to repay, but the best thing the person can do is thank. Gratitude in this world. And that will earn him the chesed and the chen to get the Olam Haba. Okay, we'll stop here. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.